Excellent. Well, it's great to see everyone here today, and I got to say, the club must be in good standing with two amazing new members, Jane and Angela, two good friends that work directly with DMI. I'm just so tickled pink that you're part of our club and here with us today. Oh, but we've got more outstanding things to come, including today's speaker. It's an honor to have JA MALIK here with us today and with us here in our community in Madison. He is a new artistic director for Madison Ballet and is an award-winning evolving choreographer from Harlem, New York. He is the founder and director of New York City's Ballet Boy Productions. The company's mission is to provide opportunities for young men of color wishing to pursue careers in the field of classical and contemporary ballet, providing them with training, mentoring, and performance opportunities. He continues the same work here with the Madison Ballet. As another treat, we will be seeing a performance of the Madison Ballet, hence the wonderful dance floor here during his presentation. At the end of the presentation, too, we will have time for questions. We look forward to today's presentation from JA MALIK, and we have a contribution to the Rotary International's Polio Plus Fund as a way to say thank you. Again, we'll have questions at the end. Please welcome to the stage the new artistic director of Madison Ballet, JA MALIK.
Give me a second here. Let me set up my non-notes because I lost my glasses this morning. I was looking, I was like, where are my glasses? I hope my dog didn't eat them. It's quite possible, he's crazy. Hello. Good afternoon, Rotarians. Is that right? Okay, I'm learning. As Jason said, thank you for the introduction, Jason. I love him. I'm JA MALIK. I am the artistic director of Madison Ballet, and I am honored to be here today with you all to talk a little bit about the vision of Madison Ballet through my beautiful brown eyes. But first, we're going to see the dancers of Madison Ballet, so I would like to bring them out. We have the very first one is Morgan Jankowski. We have Kristen Hammer. And we have Lily Edgar. And they are three of our beautiful ballerinas from Madison Ballet. And we are presenting a divertissement from the second act of Nutcracker, the Merleton dance. It is not performed in pointe shoes today because of the floor, but it is performed in our flat ballet shoes. But normally they are on point with beautiful costumes and maybe a little bit more makeup. But it's still beautiful, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you. I have to say, that was stunning. Beautiful ladies. I'm so proud of them. I was almost gonna cry. It's great that I start with this because this leads right into how I can best describe my vision for Madison Ballet. How many of you here have actually seen the Nutcracker? Ooh. And how many of you got tickets for this year? Wait, that's, get on your smartphones right now. Go to madisonballet.org and order your tickets. December 6th, they're still available. We just added more seats because they are selling quickly. December 16th to the 24th. So by the end of this, I'll ask again, who has tickets to the Nutcracker? I hope to see the same amount of hands. But the Nutcracker is a beautiful ballet. It's a traditional ballet. It is one of the classic staples of most ballet companies. However, it is not all that we do. My first introduction to fall in love with ballet was, you guessed it, the Nutcracker. I attended a performance at the Cleveland Ballet that my aunt, who worked for the Cleveland Clinic Foundation, she was given tickets as outreach because I come from an inner city environment that was not, let's say, accessible to the arts. And my family didn't really know much about dance. But I started when I was 4 because of Michael Jackson's Thriller. You know, I was doing the moves and the kicks and all that stuff. And my neighbors were like, please take him somewhere else and let him learn something else so that we don't have to look at Thriller every day anymore. So I started my journey and they took me, my mother, so rest in peace, she was awesome. She found African dance classes, tap dance classes. I even did Irish dancing, all kind of stuff that led up to me seeing a performance of the Nutcracker. And that is where I was like, oh my gosh, that's what I want to do. It was the music, it was the costumes, it was the set, it was the dancers, it was everything, the orchestra, that just gave me an outlook on life that I didn't see before me. I was just enamored with the story and the fairy tale and the fantasy of it. And then I was blessed to be able to have a fortunate and long career in dance that has had me move from Cleveland to New York to, oh gosh, North Carolina, Madrid, Amsterdam, and Dresden. And through that journey, I discovered that dance was so much more than just Nutcracker. So the vision for Madison Ballet is to really encourage a community and an audience for us that goes beyond the Nutcracker. Because these dancers, which are 3 of, I think we have 22 right now with guest artists, these dancers work about 40 plus hours a week, perfecting those steps that you just saw. And with the person in front of them who is a drill master. Again, not good enough. Great, go back, let's do it again. So if you can imagine these dancers being in a studio for 8 hours a day, perfecting these steps for a multitude of performances. A lot of people just associate, oh, and it's not just here in Madison, so, it's okay. It's not just in Madison, it's in a broader span of America where we look at the Nutcracker and think, oh, that's beautiful, it's amazing, and then we go back home. But then we have other performances, right? We have, we just did a performance at Promenade Hall called Next Steps. We have an amazing performance coming up in March called Ballet Beyond at My Arts, the Starlight Theater. So I'm trying to encourage the community to not just enjoy the Nutcracker, but to enjoy Madison Ballet as a whole. Part of that is to build out a world-renowned dance company because I believe, and it's part of the reason I moved here, because I did have family who was like, okay, now where's Wisconsin? And Madison? What are you doing? Why are you moving here? But it was truly because when I came to meet with our executive director, Jonathan Solari, and the board, and then I got to work with these wonderful dancers, that's why I came here, because I saw like a seedling of a great opportunity to have a ballet company that represents Madison, Wisconsin globally, and at least across America. Because what I've discovered in this, I think I've been here 5 months, what I've discovered here in the 5 months, and that's the energy I feel in this room, is that this is a community of people who care. And the arts needs that, especially right now, post-COVID. We are under attack. Do you hear me? Under attack. The funding is diminishing greatly. The resources for dancers, as far as advertising, marketing, relations with newspapers and publications is diminishing, and it's breaking my heart because I can't see a world without art. Two of my favorite things in life is ballet and music, and they so marry well together, right? So with that, we want to create a company and a ballet company for Madison that goes out to the world and say, hey, you might not have heard of us, but here we are in this beautiful city with these beautiful lakes, with these beautiful people, and we can incorporate that into everything that we do, right? Our beauty, our passion, our investment in this city, and we just want to return fold. But I'm not going to preach to you all day about that. There's some other great things that I have a vision for. I have a great mentor, his name is Alonzo King, and he said to me that if your company does not represent the community that you serve, get rid of it. And so I want to make sure that Madison Ballet represents the many faces that I see here, from different backgrounds, different places. Like I said, I grew up between New York and Cleveland, Ohio, with very little, but somehow ballet saved my life. I can't imagine where I would be today. I definitely wouldn't be standing before you in this beautiful blazer in this beautiful hotel if it was not for ballet, right? I have had the fortune of traveling the world through ballet. I was able to see beyond right in front of me through ballet. So that's another major vision and mission of mine, is to really make dance accessible for everyone. So when you think about coming to the Nutcracker and then coming to shows beyond, you know, we all come up here, not here, but just in general, and we say, hi, nice to meet you. You want to give us some money? Hi, nice to meet you. Can you give us some money? But it's so much more than just giving money. There's so many ways to get involved with the ballet. First off, I met someone today who was in the ballet with her family. We have over, I think, 60 community members ranging from 3 years old all the way up to 63. We also have a wonderful school that's a part of it, and there are about 40 kids in there. And then we have the company of 23. Then you have myself, the rehearsal director, the assistant rehearsal director. We're all in this room on the west side of Madison on O'Donnell Road, perfecting the steps that you see and making this performance one of the greatest that I've seen in a very long time. I've seen a lot of Nutcrackers. I've been doing them since I was 4. So can you imagine? So people are like, what's going to be different this year? Me. Spicing it up a little bit, really focusing on the musicality, the theatrics, the presentation, and the acting to really convey the story. But we're all in this studio that's a little bit bigger than this space. So can you imagine 110 people in a room a little bit bigger than this, in there sweating, working together, figuring things out. And that's just to put on the Nutcracker for you all. And I always tell people, how can you get involved beyond just giving money? Come to the shows, buy someone a ticket. One of my other major visions and my life goals, it's been my entire being since I started in dance, was to make sure that kids like me, that look like me, that come from backgrounds like me, are able to experience what I experienced, because you never know who it's gonna touch, right? That performance might change someone's life. It might be the difference between going to jail, becoming involved with drugs, or just ending up on the wrong side of the road in so many different facets. But to think that that performance changed someone's life, I have to stand by that and be an example that this is what ballet does, this is what music does, this is what the arts, the performing arts do. They change lives. Thank you. It's true, it really changes lives. I don't want to get too emotional here, but it really is about giving opportunities for everyone to have accessibility to us. And that is one of the main missions and visions of mine at Madison Ballet. So as I said, when you're thinking about buying a ticket, or you look at the dates and you say, oh, I can't make it, give us a call up and say, hey, I really want to buy a couple of tickets. Can we donate them to the company? We'll get them to the people they need to get to, because those are the people we want to reach. And once we get even more established and get more people involved, we hope to really grow that kind of outreach and funding and opportunities. The last thing that I really want to talk about as far as vision is our repertory. So a lot of you know what the Nutcracker is. It's all circling around the Nutcracker. December 16th to the 24th at the Overture Arts Center. Okay, got that? But that's an example of classical ballet, right? So everybody thinks, okay, that's the extent of ballet, and it's so not. There's so many other facets within it. What we do and what they do every day is we practice our technique, which is classical ballet. But then we transform it into a multitude of different shows and opportunities for the dancers to grow, develop, touch audiences, and expand our vocabulary. So when you see shows, come across your screen or you hear it on the radio that does not say the Nutcracker, keep in mind, it's still ballet. People are always shocked by that. They think if they come to a non-Nutcracker show, oh, I didn't expect to see ballet. I go, well, what did you think we were gonna do? We're not a three-ring circus, You're still gonna get beautiful costumes, beautiful performances. As long as I'm here, amazing music. I love music. And it will show the same commitment and the same stamina and the same endurance. These dancers are on the same level as I know a lot of you love football, right? Yes, it's okay, you can say yes. I'm not mad at it. I like football, but I love ballet and music more. But I still go watch football. And I'll just bring this up. One of the things is when I went to my first football game when I got here, it was the first thing they invited me to. Thank you. I have no idea what's going on out there. I couldn't tell you the end zone from a kickball and a football. I do know the difference between a football and a basketball because they look different. But I really couldn't tell you the details of what is going on in a football game. But I enjoyed it because the thing that excites me and what got me involved in dance and hope to get you all involved in coming to us is a commitment to passion, a commitment to something. What I saw on the field, is that right? The field. I'm learning. What I saw on the field was a bunch of players. They were ramming into each other. But I saw coordination, conversation. It was almost like a little ballet. And I saw commitment. There were people getting injured. I was like, oh my gosh. There were like 10 people getting injured in one game. I was like, who's gonna play? And they kept bringing out someone new. I was like, that would be amazing at the ballet if we could just be like, okay, she's out today. We got another, that vision and future, right? But it was really just the commitment of the players and the staff and everyone that was there and the energy of the audience of being so dedicated and committed to football. I'm dedicated and committed to football, so come get dedicated and invested in Madison Ballet. It's not that hard. And I heard it's a lot cheaper. And you walk away with beautiful music and you walk away with a smile on your face, right? So those are just some of my visions. You can't really explain everything in 25 minutes. I tried, but it just wouldn't fit on the iPad. But there are a lot of articles circulating out right now. There's one in Our Lives magazine. There's the Cap City Times. Look, I'm like, the Cap City Times, Hughes, the Capital City. There's Black Oxygen, which is an amazing podcast that I just did 3 weeks ago. I also did a podcast with DMI. So there's a lot of things out there if you want to get to know even more about me and my vision for Madison Ballet. But this is just a little brief synopsis of what you can expect from JA MALIK and the Madison Ballet. But I want to leave time for questions and also time for you to get on your phone to buy those tickets to the Nutcracker and Ballet Beyond, because now that you love the Nutcracker, you're ready to see Ballet Beyond, right? I know this is the Rotary Club. Come on now. Okay, there we go. So let's get some questions, because I'm actually much better at that. I like conversations. I think they're going to pass a mic around, but make sure we get over here. Hi.
Hi, welcome to Madison.
Thank you.
Thrilled that you're here. I'm a Nutcracker mom and now a Nutcracker grandma.
Oh, wonderful. See, it's generational. You can't escape it.
And it's made a huge difference in the lives of our kids and grandchildren. Can you just speak to taking someone like you and what you've experienced and how you've grown. And Misty Copeland, who had no training as a young child and got discovered at an after-school set of classes at the Boys and Girls Club, and now is one of the most gifted ballet performers
And
probably
richest.
in the world. Yes, and richest. Can you speak to that trajectory and how we can continue to do more to open more kids to the experience of dance and the arts?
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head. It's what I was saying earlier. It's about making sure that we're out there. It's not easy because, you know, a lot of people think that, oh, this is a performing arts is cheap. No, it is very expensive. It is very expensive to do what we do. But there are some amazing people out there who generously donate to specifically that cause, to make sure that we're going out there in the community and reaching those people. Because like I said, if I had never seen it, I would never have imagined it. And if I had not imagined it, it would never have become a possibility for me. So it's creating those moments to make sure that we're out there, you know, being seen and talking to these people, talking to youngsters. I mean, when I had my company in New York, Ballet Boy Productions, we had over, by the time we were done, 1,400 young men who have now gone on to not just dance. One is now a junior senator in Florida. 3 of them have started their own companies that just hit 1 million in sales this year. I have 5 who have become development officers, marketing officers. I have one that has become the president of the Harvard Law, something or another. But you know what I'm saying? Like, we reach people, and it's not just about making a bunch of dancers on stage. That's the goal, and that's beautiful. But we know not everyone can become a dancer, but everyone can have the opportunity to become their best selves, and that's what dance and discipline and what we kind of incorporate into youngsters. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Jar. This is Andrew. We're really looking forward to working together with you at the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra. The question before was similar to mine, and that was to make note of the fact that on 16th of December we have a schools program, which is exactly what you're talking about, exposing young people in Madison to the full ballet with full orchestra.
Yeah.
And I can attest to you, I was 8 years old when I went to my first orchestral concert, and that got me plugged in, so you beat me by 4 years. But I think that this is a wonderful opportunity that we must always give back. And it's great to see Jen Uphoff-Gray and some of my other artistic partners here in the community, but to support what the ballet is doing. So thank you for your vision and for coming to Madison and making this your home.
Thank you.
And we're really excited, and again, just thank you for all you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate that, and I love our community that we're building here with the other resident companies such as Forward Theater and the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra, because we're all in this together. It's like one little but huge family, and we're all after the same goal, just to really just touch people's lives and change people's lives and get people to think and explore this so much more than just before you, more than just being on your phone or going to a movie, like live arts. I mean, it's just nothing like it. The touch, the feel, the smell, I love it. I could go on and on and on. Any other questions? I think we have time. Oh my gosh, love it.
Thanks, Mark. Welcome.
Thank you.
Tell us about the education process for dancers, perhaps before they come to you, but also what you do.
Yeah, I mean, she brought up an amazing point. So Misty Copeland, who a lot of you know who that is. She's a pretty famous ballerina, and we went to school together. Plug. I'm not as rich as her yet, though. I'm working on it. But she started relatively late. She started around 12. And generally, the status quo is that you start young, especially for young women. Because they go on point, where they're on their toes, so they usually start around 7, 8. Most people will say 4 or 5. Most of those dancers that you saw today started around 4 or 5. But I think it's a matter of how invested you are in it. You know, we take kids as little as like 18 months with their parents, with mommy and me classes or daddy and me classes. And through that experience, we'll see if they're interested. You know, I can use this as an example. I have 2 godchildren, Sebastian and Zoe, and they both are dancers in their spirit. My goddaughter, she actually started ballet class, and now she's like invested in it and wants to do it. Now my godson, he's probably the next Baryshnikov. I have never seen a child, he's 6 years old, I've never seen a child with such musicality, flexibility, coordination. So as long as you have those kind of workings, we can turn you into a dancer. It's just a matter of when that passion strikes, how do we tap into it? But that again leads me to, we have to be there to say, let me grab you, let me take you, let me show you what you can do. These are the possibilities. And as I said, for me, I make sure I tell dancers and let dancers know that it's not just about becoming a dancer on stage. That is amazing. But it's about really becoming the best human being that you can be. And I think as those dancers just showed, we have that capability, and they show that every day through their commitment, their passion, and their drive to do what they do. And it's not just a hobby, it's their actual careers, and we feel blessed and honored that we can actually do what we love for a living. So, do we have time for one more question, or have I reached my maximum? I'm good? All right. I want to thank you all so much. Oh, one more question, sorry. I'll answer it quick, I'm long-winded. I got time?
So sometimes places like the Overture Center and things like that are a foreign place for many immigrants, Black, Hispanic kids. And I don't know if you're aware that in the South Side, there's the Black Excellence building, Central Hispano is building something, the Urban League. Is there any plan to connect with those groups so that the people that live in that area can go and be part of this?
I love that you brought that up because it was one of my points actually. And that one of my last visions is to really create a center of dance, because we're in a rental space right now, but we really need a home. We're almost bursting at the seams. That was the point of me bringing up 110 people in the size of this room. To really create a cultural center that is not intimidating, that the doors are open. I think any building in any organization can be intimidating to people. It was to me. I remember walking past the Alvin Ailey American Dance Center, and I think I walked past there for like 3 weeks before I went in, because I was terrified. But once I saw them in my community going out there, I saw them perform at an outdoor performance, I think in Battery Park, downtown New York City. That took away my fear. I saw people on stage that looked like me, that talked like me, were from backgrounds like me, but I also saw them with other people from around the world, from different cultures, different backgrounds. And that's one of the main things I was talking about, like diversity and inclusion. I know people throw those words around all the time, but it's something I stand by because I am of that, you know? So I think it's about reaching your communities, reaching different communities, and saying, hey, you have a place here. This is open. This is for you. This is for anyone who wants to do it, which is against what ballet traditionally has been thought of, right? But we, the newer generation, we're really working hard to really change that perception and show the inclusivity of what ballet really is. Because if it's changed my life and saved my life, I know it can do that for everyone. Did that kind of get it? Good. And I'm excited about that new place. But yeah. All right. This is the quietest I've ever seen the Rotary Club. Thank you so much for having me. I truly appreciate being here, and thank you. Don't forget to get your tickets.
Wow, that was really incredible. Thank you, Ja, for speaking with us today and sharing your passion, your commitment to dance and the arts, your drive, and really just embracing the community. So thank you very much. This is what I love about our club and love about being in Madison. It's just the experiences that we get as part of our programs, and Ja, this was really fantastic. So thank you for inviting your dancers today with us and giving us a little taste of it. We appreciate that very much, so thank you. With that, I hope to see you next week, and thank you for being here today. We are adjourned.